Hello, and welcome to my Jungle Nasus video guide, where I'm playing Nasus in a Diamond 1 low elo ranked game. And by low elo, I mean that in Diamond 1 at this time I think I have 15 points at the time of playing this. So, let's go ahead and get started. I'm sure you guys want to learn a little bit about Jungle Nasus, and this guide will be here, this video guide will be here to help make it a little bit easier for you. So let's go ahead and get started. And what I'm gonna show you guys right here is my personal item set for Jungle Nasus. As you can see, I start out with Hunter's Machete and 5 health pots, which is usually the standard. My core items are Spirit of the Ancient Golem, Runic Bulwark, Spirit Visage, and Iceborne Gauntlet, as outlined in my guide. I usually choose between 3 boots, Ninja Tabi, Boots of Swiftness, and Boots of Mobility. And then this is usually my other item builds, where I usually build some variant of some combination of these items after I've gotten my 4 core items of Spirit of the Ancient Golem, Runic Bulwark, Spirit Visage, and Iceborne Gauntlet. Sometimes I usually like to get Warmog's Armor and then Randuin's Omen, but it really just depends on what you want to get in relation to the other team, how well the other team is doing. And finally, my consumables, where I can usually get the consumables like wards, elixirs late game, and health pots. So in this game, I am playing Nasus against my primary opponents, Caitlyn, Jarvan, and Olaf, because those are the champions that I can definitely shut down by just standing next to them and doing tons of damage with my ult and withering them down and things like that. So what I'm going to be looking for mid game and late game is I'm going to be looking out for Caitlyn, especially because she doesn't have cleanse in this case to cleanse off my wither. So I'm definitely going to be looking to wither Caitlyn, Jarvan, and Olaf if Olaf hasn't used his ult. But anyway, I'm going to get started with jungling now. If you can see in the minimap, Morg actually escaped a gank, which is really good, of course. Now, I use Spirit Fire because, in my opinion, I think it's faster than Siphoning Strike, and I can use it a little bit preemptively right there before the minions spawn, so I can do my camp a little bit faster. And I like to do the Smileless because I like to take blue immediately. I like to take red immediately after blue. I Siphon Sneak Strike that little minion right there to get a stack. I like to get red immediately after blue because I think it's a faster jungling route. And what you guys are going to see here in a little bit is I'm going to get attacked by Olaf. Actually, in the chat, I saw Lysandra start off walking from here to the lane through here, and I thought that was because Olaf started red. So in this case, I just used my Smite preemptively on the red buff because I thought that Olaf would definitely not be here in time to take it, and I take red successfully myself. And then somehow I get surprised by Olaf, who actually did take red, and I actually have no idea how he got here that fast. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to delay him for as long as possible, trying to get Jace to help, but I think that he doesn't help or anything like that. And I didn't want to blow my ghost to try to kill him, because if Jace didn't come, I would just waste a summoner spell. So in this case, I try to get Jace's attention again, and then I ghost in a little bit, I think. And this is going to be a 2v2 skirmish where I thought we had the upper hand because we just caught off Lysandra right here, but Lysandra surprised us both with the flash snare, and Olaf just cleans up Jace. So that's obviously not a really ideal situation for us. Olaf just got his buffs refreshed and he got 2 kills, but if you guys remember, Olaf started red and he did not get his blue buff. So what I'm going to do right here, also if you can see that Morgana gave first blood. So right now our mid lane, our bot lane, and our jungle lanes are losing right now. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try to steal Olaf's buff, and I say it in chat right here, I'm going to take his blue, and Zed is already here, so he's going to help me out a little bit. And Olaf, since he started red and then came directly to try to kill me, he didn't take his blue. So in this case, I'm just going to sneak up on him right here and then kill him. And, you know, I successfully get off the wither first. I use a ward so I can see him. Warding things preemptively is really good because it pretty much makes you unable to be juked. Now, I went out on Olaf right there because I saw him flash for Jace earlier when he got that double kill right here. And it was a success. We managed to get blue buff for me. We managed to get double buffs on Jace. And Zed managed to get an assist. So right now we turned that fight around from mid and jungle losing to mid and jungle and top winning because Zed got that assist. So what I did right there when I was farming the wraiths is that I used Spirit Fire immediately to start the wraiths, and I immediately used Siphoning Strike to hit one of the small wraiths, and I used Spirit Fire again because I have the luxury of the blue buff, and I Q the blue wraith and I get my stacks up. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just farming. Bot lane is definitely losing right now. Because Morgana and Graves have both died, so I definitely need to help them out in a bit. Yeah, Morgana just said Graves needs a lot of help right there. So I'm just going to take off Wolves, and what I remember doing is going down to bot lane. And I don't have Ghost because I blew it in that 1v2 fight, in that 2v2 fight at the beginning of the game. Now, Jace did really well because he managed to kill Lissandra 2v1. But that doesn't really matter right now. What matters is that what I'm doing is I'm just holding the lane for Graves and trying to keep the minions at his tower. But what I'm also going to try to do is I'm going to see if Caitlyn harasses me and tries to get for CS too much, and she stays for a little bit too long. And then Thresh misses Flay, which doesn't really matter. And at this point it's now a 3v2 and it's like I ganked. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to chase and use my Wither and things like that. And Caitlyn almost kills me right here. Like, it was really, really close. I only had 10 health left. But luckily I managed to get to the cannon minion in time and a lifesteal it back, which is a demonstration of how good Nasus' passive is. But what would have made me be able to survive that definitely is if I use my health pot, which I have in the bank right now. And what I really like to do when I go back to base as Nasus is I like to use the remainder of my cash to buy 2 health pots and 2 wards. Because the health pots, Nasus does take a little bit of damage in the jungle, and that health pot during a gank can save you. And I didn't need it then, but I definitely would have been a lot safer. Now at this point, let me pause this video right here. So what I was doing about 10 seconds before this, 15 seconds before this, you can rewind this if you want on YouTube, but what I was doing when I was at the base is I was watching mid lane and I saw Olaf come into our wraiths from this side. Using the sword I saw Olaf come in here, go into our wraiths. So he was definitely of course going to go for my wraiths because my buffs aren't up and he knows that they're not up. So Olaf was farming my wraiths and I used my ghost preemptively over here and try to win this 2v2, which in my opinion we could have won because at this point I am, in my opinion, a little bit stronger than Jace is right now. Than Olaf is right now. I have blue buff, and Jace at this point is level 6 to Lissandra's level 5. So let's go ahead and watch how this pans out. I Wither Lissandra. Not really for the attack speed slow, but for the movement speed slow. And I'm going to try to chase down Olaf right here. And as you can see, oh, I don't have blue buff anymore. But as you can see, my Wither is on such a low cooldown that I can just tower dive and just get out of this scot-free. I was originally going to be doing those wraiths because we just killed Olaf, but I didn't see where bot lane was. So I was pretty scared that they were just going to show up and kill me, and that would have been pretty embarrassing. Anyway, it looks like that blue buff was just a glitch, maybe. I don't exactly remember, but I used my Smite and my Siphoning Strike to kill the blue as fast as possible, so that Jace can just do that, and then you can take that, and then I Siphoning Strike the little minion. And at this point of time, I'm level 6, and the game just went from we're definitely going to lose, we were at a very, very big disadvantage to we are at a very big advantage right now. As you can see right now, I'm 2-1-3, which is extremely good for a jungler. And I've been getting a lot of farm, both in the jungle, in buffs and kills, and just in like helping out people lane. That I am very far ahead of Olaf right now. So one of the things is, by the way, I'm just getting my red right now, so that's not really interesting. One of the things that really helped me out in this game is the fact that throughout the game I didn't gank for Zed top once. And what really helped Zed out in his lane was that assist onto Olaf when we were invading his blue, because Zed was just able to snowball from there and just destroy Jarvan in terms of laning. And if we take a look at the CS right now, Zed has 72 to Jarvan's 46. That assist really helped him out, and he was able to just snowball, and I was just able to ignore the lane and help out mid and bot as much as I could. So what I'm doing right now is I'm holding the lane for Jace right now, trying to get my Q stacks, of course, because Jace, as you can see in the mini-map right now, is bottom right now, and he's trying to do something. I'm not exactly sure what. He's maybe trying to go for a gank or push down the lane. But what you want to do as a jungler is when you're mid ganks or one of your lane ganks, you should try to either help him out or stay in his lane for him and hold it for him. And by holding, I mean see in this case, see right here, I take 2 slight wards and 2 health pots. But hold his lane means to stay in his lane and make sure that the minions don't go to his tower and he loses, and your team loses all that like experience, that potential experience. So right now, oh yeah, in the chat Morgana said, Nasus, can you get Aegis? And yeah, because in my opinion Nasus is core with Runic Bulwark. And Morgana brings up a good point. When you got to take a look at this is more of a general thing than a Nasus thing, but you got to take a look at your team compositions when you play. In my opinion, we could have lost late game. I'll talk about that more in a little bit because I don't exactly remember how this gank went. Yeah, they're pinging me back because they really want to gank. So what happened right there is that I did a little bit of damage on Thresh, right? But from what I saw, I realized that Thresh does not have a ward in this bush because he used his lantern to find vision. So Jace and I are just chilling out here. We see Olaf come over here, we try to kill him. We weren't able to get to the bush faster than Olaf, so Olaf gets away. But bot lane definitely knows, the enemy bot lane definitely knows that they're in a little bit of trouble. And Caitlyn almost dies, and at this point I ghost and I just Spirit Fire snipe him, and she's dead. And then I ult and kill, and we 4-man gank Thresh, and then we kill him. And then Lysandra and Olaf try to turn this fight around, which would have been pretty bad, but we just cleaned them up because Jace at this point is very, very strong, and he just got even more stronger with that triple kill. He was 4-1 before that fight, and now he's 7-1. So Jace is very, very powerful right this time. I go ahead and take Olaf's golems because he's dead and he won't be needing that. And I was thinking about trying to see if his red was going to be up, because the usual timers for your buffs is 720 for the first respawn of the buff, because you take it at like around like 2 minutes or something like that, and your buffs spawn every 5 minutes. So assuming that your buff spawns at like 720, it could be up at 1220. But I didn't want to take that risk, and I could be wrong about predicting the buffs and how fast Olaf took it the second time, and I could have just sat there waiting around like an idiot, and I might have died there. So I decided not to do it. I decided to just not be greedy and just take the golems and be on my way. So what I'm building right now is I messed up that Q there. I should have, it should have been a little bit more safe. And as you can see, Jace is really, really strong. He's legendary in a 13-minute game. Zed's needing some help, so I'm gonna see if I can help him out a little bit. See if I can kill Olaf, and then he just pops his ults, and I can't really do anything. But I know that next time his ult is gonna be down, and we might see that here. because right here Olaf could be doing his wolves or something like that. I warded the blue so I can take it. And let's see what happens right here. Yeah, Jace doesn't even need my help, but I would have been there to wither Olaf again, and Wither would have definitely shut him down, and he wouldn't have been able to get out because he popped his ult. So, at this point, I just saw Caitlyn and Thresh over there, and we pinged that, and we want to see if we can take him out. And I decided not, at this point, I decided to just get out, because, yeah, that was a really good shield by Morgana, by the way. That's definitely saved Jace. But we could have win in back there, but I was not very certain that we were going to win that fight because I was out of mana. As you can see, I only have 60 mana. I don't have anything besides my Q. And if we fought that and we lost, then the game wouldn't be a stomp as it is right now. It's 14-6. And let's take a look at what Zed is, how Zed is doing right now. He's 1-1-1. He's 1-1-1, but he has 50 more CS than Jarvan. So I didn't even need to camp his lane at all. I didn't even gank it once, and he's just destroying Jarvan right now. And Jace is so fed already that red would be really, really good on him. So I smite it, take a little minion, and then let him take it. And at this point, I'm going to see if I can take out Lissandra, if Lissandra decides to be a little aggressive, but she just blinks out. One of the things that did not show up in this game that I really like doing is, yeah, I was about to take Wraiths, but they weren't there, and Olaf was there too, so I think I dodged this. Yeah. One of the things that I really like doing as jungle Nasus is that as soon as I hit 6, I start looking for Dragon. Oh, and this point, Graves get ganked, but he knows I'm there, so I block the Caitlyn shot. I wither Thresh because Thresh was on Graves. Graves goes ahead and lives. And then we go ahead and start Dragon. And I don't have Smite, but if you guys just saw over there, around 5 seconds ago, we saw Olaf around this on the minimap. And I said this, no smite for 15 seconds, but Olaf is at blue. So this should be an easy dragon for us. So, do this? Yeah. I don't actually have smite on by this time. I cue the dragon because I'm amazing like that. And we go ahead and try to steal, we go ahead and try to gank Olaf. And they don't even need my help, so I don't even bother doing anything. I don't think he's even worth anything right now. I could have withered him right there, but you know, whatever. Oh, actually, I probably should have withered him, but the game's such a stomp anyway that I decided to conserve my mana a little bit. Here we get Jace red. We get Jace blue. He has that mana region with him right now, and I take wolves because Olaf just died. And after this, I was thinking of taking out Jarvan, but he's losing so hard, and he doesn't have any confidence in trying to 1v1 Zed. I wither Lissandra, but I decide not to go. We both decide not to go because she was way too close to the tower. And what I'm gonna buy when I go back to base is a little bit greedy. The money that I have right now is enough for me to get an Aegis of the Legion, but I decided to get Boots of Swiftness, Emblem of Valor, and 2 wards instead. It could be, which is fine. Like, we don't really need Aegis at this point in the game anyway. And Jace almost kills Caitlyn with his EQ. But at this point in the game, we don't really need Aegis because we're just stomping them so hard, and the extra buffs from the aura of Aegis of the Legion would not help out as much. But if I get the Boots of Swiftness, I'll be able to use my extra move speed to maybe make some plays. I might have made one right here, but I don't remember. No, Thresh just takes it away, and I can't do anything. Morgana wants to fight because even though it's a 2v3, we're so strong, but I decided not to because it's a 2v3, and if we died right there, it might have gotten the other enemy team enough ground to come back in the game. But as it is right now, the game is very, very one-sided. I was originally going to help out Zed, but when I saw 3 people there, I decided not to, and do something else. In this case, I think I take out... No, I don't take out Caitlyn. She flashed up the wall. If you can see how close I was here while Caitlyn was here. If I had Ghost, I definitely would have been able to catch up. Oh yeah, Caitlyn just dies. But I definitely would have been able... let's pause this, because I want to talk about that a little bit more. We're not actually doing anything. But what I want to talk about is the advantage, in my opinion, of Ghost versus Flash. Actually, I don't know how to rewind and lull replay, so maybe I'll find out later. But if you guys remember, I was around here, and Caitlyn was around here. Caitlyn didn't, even though Caitlyn flashed from here to here, Caitlyn like walked from here to here by the time it took me to walk from here to here. And that's because she was so slow, because Caitlyn got withered. And Flash doesn't do anything for wither, and after you flash, you pretty much stay in the same spot. So if I had Ghost, I definitely would have been able to catch her and kill her instantly. So let's see how this plays out. Jace does some really good dodging. And yeah. That was just really good plays by Jace. I didn't really do anything. So, okay. Right there, I decided to use my Wither on Thresh instead of Olaf, because just 5 seconds ago I saw Olaf pop his ult. And I take out Thresh 1v1, and my team cleans up Olaf. So if I used Wither on Olaf right there, wouldn't have done anything, because he can't be disabled when he's ulting. So, we go ahead and take this tower. And I think we just back. Yeah. Our turret just got destroyed top, I think. But it doesn't really matter. It's 21-9. So, yeah. Jungle Nasus seems like he should be getting a lot of assists. Especially with the items that he builds. Like, I don't have any items at all. I literally only have defensive items and boost to swiftness. And my Q does like 240 damage on like an 8-second cooldown, 7-second cooldown. But I have 4 kills and 9 assists and 1 death, despite the bad start. Now I ask if Jace wants it, and he just ignores me and farms instead, so he doesn't want it. So I just EQ it and take it for myself, which is fine, because at this point I still only have 10% cooldown reduction, and after I get the blue, I get 30%. So it's great on me. And Spirit Fire costs a lot of mana. It costs like 1/5 of my mana at this time, something like that. So my team's doing fine without me, but I decided to help out a little bit anyway. Jace actually dies here, I think. Yeah. Caitlyn just sniped Jace. I Ghost. Now take a look at how long... Oh, sorry. Never mind. Yeah, like, I'm so strong right now, and I do so much damage with my ults and E and Q that I just 1v1 Caitlyn, and Morgana doesn't really do anything. Thresh is definitely dead at this point, but he wants to try to get Morgana, and then Morgana gets him. And I farm that with my... Oh, I don't. Whoops, my bad. But yeah, I'm so strong with Ghost that if you don't run Cleanse against Nasus, I'm pretty much going to kill you. I see if Lysandra wants to chase Zed, because Zed has like a quarter HP, and I was standing right there and I was gonna ambush her if she blinked in, but they just surrender, and that's game. So, thanks for watching this video. It was just an explanation on how I played Jungle Nasus in this game, and we came back, and through just interacting with my team, coordinating our team play so that we play as a team in solo queue instead of like just playing alone. We managed to be able to beat the other team even when they had the advantage in almost every single lane, and we just won. So thanks for watching.